And we welcome you to this presentation of the South Atlantic Conference on the Bears Sports Network, presented by MBA Roofing. Second time in 3 days between the bricks here inside Moretz Stadium, as the Bears coming off a big win over North Greenville here on Saturday afternoon. Welcome in the upstart Florida Tech Panthers, who are trying to go 2-0 in their tour through the state of North Carolina. Eric Bach, glad you're with us. As we take a look now at our team comparison between these two, it's been a similar start for both, 1-1 each. The Bears have scored one more goal this season, given up 5 more goals, and Florida Tech has grabbed a few more ground balls. So this should be an interesting game today between two pretty evenly matched teams as we take a look now at our head-to-head. Two top goal scorers for these two teams. Torrin Eccleston for the Bears with 7. Colin Stewart, who scored the game winner on Saturday against Belmont Abbey in overtime, has 6 goals, 8 points. The numbers are very similar. Eccleston's shot percentage a little bit higher. So we take a look now at our keys to the game presented by Fry Regional Medical Center. Talking to Coach Greg Paradine, he was happy with the improvement on offense between games 1 and 2, but still wants them to limit turnovers. They were good in the face-off. X wants them to stay around 55% and continue to play off each other on offense. Those keys to the game presented by our friends at Fry Regional Medical Center. Making Sumner in the face-off X. He was 12 for 18 on Saturday against the Crusaders of North Greenville. Jamie Dickinson will be joining me very shortly, as I think he's making his way over right now. Big win for Florida Tech, a ranked road victory for the Panthers, who are currently being coached by interim head coach Zach Wynn, who has coached the first 3 games. They had a coaching change about a month and a half ago, and actually got a chance to meet the head coach that's taking over. It's Brad MacArthur from the Toronto area in Canada. He was the head coach of the Israeli national team. This is his first NCAA job, and he will be taking over the Panther program after this game. As we welcome in our good friend Jamie Dickinson.
Sorry I'm late.
Little run over here from the Bears Club Pavilion, but Jamie, Bears looking to build on a great performance on Saturday and win 2 straight in 3 days here between the bricks.
Absolutely. Apologies to everybody for being late. The subs were late, so I had to wait 45 minutes, which we got here.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Oh, it's Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. That was a can of worms I did not intend to open.
Nope.
And we
are underway.
Macon Sumner wins the first face-off, as he did many times on Saturday, 12 for 18. And he was one of the big keys to victory on Saturday for the Bears.
He did a great job. Bears just all around played Bear lacrosse except for about 6 minutes in the third quarter. They did a heck of a job getting a win and playing the up-tempo fast Bear lacrosse. Went early in a shot clock if they had the opportunity, and then were patient and worked the ball really well. Ooh.
First chance turned away there by Florida Tech, and the ground ball grabbed by number 34, Zach Rosgani. But a big win for Florida Tech on Saturday as well, down at Belmont Abbey. Huge in overtime, 13-12. And looking to go 2-0 in their trip through the Tar Heel State. What a big win for them this would be.
Yeah, that was a big win for them. They had lost their first game to Rollins in a game that was super choppy, and both teams looked like it was the first game of the year, and then were able to come back, beat Belmont Abbey in overtime, and I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with Belmont Abbey.
Yeah, they are not off to a good start. The Bears go there in a couple weeks down to Belmont to play them, so hopefully for them, they get it a little bit figured out by then.
Or maybe wait 3 weeks. But
it's kind of the appetizer, and the shot just misses wide off the stick of Griffin Bowie there.
That was a shot clock reset. I'm not sure it touched anything, but they got an extra 60. Bears just have to play defense a little bit.
It was a well-balanced scoring effort on Saturday for LR.
Great job by number 33, stripping that ball, getting it to Powell, Powell getting up to Mitch Linklater, and now we're going to go. Let's see if the Bears press and try to get something going early in the shot clock.
Linklater had a good game on Saturday. Evan Voss, who 5 points in his second collegiate game, looked a lot more comfortable than he did in his debut.
Yeah, he mentioned to me after the U Indy game that I questioned. I said, big difference between high school speed and college speed. He goes, yeah, guy guarding me was 6'4", and I tried to get past him, and I got past him, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's catching up. I'm like, that's going to be every day. So he's got a little bit more of the flow. Great move there.
Linklater behind the net, and Venazio turned away. Point blank look at it there. But a good stop by the keeper, John Holzman, for Florida Tech. And we remain scoreless here just about 2.5 minutes into this one. The Panthers pick up the ground ball, but it's loose again.
We got a ground ball mess at the midfield. We got 12 guys trying to get the ball. Just run away.
Venazio ends up with it.
That's a great play.
Bryce Reese ahead.
Nice
Eccleston
great
turned
save
away
by the
again.
goalie.
2 point-blank chances, and Holzman has stopped them both.
Yeah, Torn needs to change levels there on that shot. He had the goalie up high. He needs to just fake high, pump once high, and go low. That's probably a goal.
Bears ranked number 8 in the country. Started at number 2. And then the narrow loss by just a goal here last Sunday to UIndy dropped them down to 8, but a good bounce-back win against North Greenville. And
Absolutely.
then next Sunday, maybe the biggest game of the non-conference season in all of Division II men's lacrosse, as the Bears will travel down to the Peach State in Savannah to take on Tampa.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game. We hope a lot of alumni from the Atlanta area are able to make it down. We're actually playing at Memorial Stadium, not at Daffin Park by where the Savannah Bananas have their baseball stadium. So it'll be a much better venue, and hope everybody makes a trip down from Atlanta.
That shot missed
everything.
And it'll stay with the Panthers.
I don't know if I agree with that call.
Colton McCracken was right there. He missed the game on Saturday. Got a little banged up in the UIndy game. Didn't play on Saturday, but back today.
Yep, and we were commenting, I heard some comments that, Colton is legitimately our best on-ball defender. And he was missed on Saturday, but good chance he got a chance to heal up a little bit, and he's back on the field.
Had a hip injury in the UIndy game after he delivered a huge hit.
He delivered a huge hit and then tripped over someone and basically scorpion fell on the ground. That's not a shot clock. That's a shot clock violation. It's going to be Bears ball. We got to restart.
Narrowly.
That's
a goal.
That is that's a hold. It's going to be a hold on black. That's going to be a hold on black. It's going to be white ball.
Sam Balch, the one.
Run right at him. Run right. That's a flag. Yep, that's a flag.
And there you go. Flag flies, and the Bears will be a man up.
That call there is the offensive restart. The officials are no longer telling the players to back up. That you have to give the offensive player with the ball restarting 5 yards, and so that defender was well within 5 yards, and McCracken made a really smart play just to, when the whistle blew, just run right at him and force him to make contact. And that's going to get a flag every time.
Still looking for our first goal over 5 minutes in. Spun around and dropped there by David Bell, but he runs it down before it goes out of bounds.
David Bell needs to have a good game today. He's going to be a big part of our midfield play. He needs to get a couple goals and have some success.
Flag's still on the ground, remember, so when Florida Tech touches it, the Bears will go a man up.
Actually, they have to possess it. It's not like hockey where there's a touch.
Voss on the skip just misses wide. And now the Bears will go a man up with 9:24 to go opening quarter.
Absolutely. The call on that is delay a game made by Bruce Busgard, a very senior official from Syracuse, New York.
Bruce came up here to go over everything with our shot clock operator, and he did not sound like he was from this region of the country.
No,
so I'm not
he's
surprised to hear he's from New York.
He's from the northern part of the Carolinas.
Yeah, right.
We are in Crispin McDonald is also one of the officials. He's from Watertown, New York, where I think the temperature in Watertown is about 2.
It's not terribly balmy here today. but nice and sunny.
We could be in Saskatoon, where the temperature is 7, and there's about a 40-mile-an-hour wind, and they're predicting snow.
7 is warm for this time of year in
Saskatoon. That's not 7 Celsius. That's 7.
Moffitt, a hat trick Saturday, turned away. Once again, what a start in this game for John Holzman. 3 really good saves as we have a turnover and a whistle.
That's a good call. That's a good call on an interference call. The ball was more than 5 yards away, and the LR guys riding engaged in a guy and well more than 5 yards away from the ball. So that's actually absolutely the correct call.
Miles Moffitt won the Moffitt Bowl here on Saturday.
He did.
Younger brother on North Greenville.
Mm-hmm.
Hat trick for Miles. That's 20 career hat tricks for him, by the way.
That's pretty cool.
Reigning sack man of the year.
Yep. We'll have to see how that, as he goes forward through this year and next year, as with Eric Dickinson's scoring records and that sort of stuff, how Miles is going to challenge on a few of those with hat tricks and multi-goal games and maybe goals.
Bennett Duffy stopped by Noah Johnson, who's been just phenomenal through the first 2.
That's a great job getting in the offensive player's hands with a long stick and forcing that turnover through it a mile over his tackman's head. It's going to be a white ball going the other way.
Talked to Greg Paradine on the field before the game. He said that Noah Johnson is just completely underappreciated, like nationally. He thinks he's one of the best goalkeepers in all of Division II lacrosse.
If he's not first team all conference.
Bryce Reese.
There we go. Nice job by Bryce Reese going to his left. If back to Noah Johnson. Noah Johnson plays on a team with an offense that's going to turn the ball over a little bit, going to take shots early in the shot clock. The other team's going to have possessions. They're going to play aggressively defensively. He's going to give up more goals than most guys. But he made 3 saves in the national quarterfinal last year in overtime against Tampa. And they weren't like popcorn saves. They were like acrobatic, on the ground, crazy saves, which led to our win. He absolutely deserved to be an All-American last year. And a number of the dads who played lacrosse in high school and college have said that to him. He's absolutely underappreciated regionally and nationally.
It's Bryce's 4th goal this season, reigning All-American, preseason first-team All-American. His role is not to score a ton of goals. He will when he gets the chance, but he's more of a table setter for this offense than this guy, Eccleston.
Yep, he's the guy who's going to dodge, create a slide, and then a pass to a guy wide open on the backside. Will Kanata needs to get a couple here, see what we got. We're going to move the ball.
Evan Voss behind the net.
And that's a big difference from last year to this year. With Voss, we're going to initiate a lot of offense from behind, which we haven't done in about 4 years.
Here's Kanata. Eccleston side swipes it into the goal.
Ooh,
that thing squirted past. Looked like it was initially saved by Holzman, but it snuck inside the right post, and it's 2-0 LR.
That's one of those ones where it gets a piece of the body. I think it actually, from the sound of it, might have gotten a piece of the stick, and it just shot had so much weight and speed on it that it just got through him and dribbled in over the goal line. In lacrosse, just like hockey, the ball has to be completely 100% across the goal line for it to count.
Eccleston's 8th of the year, as you saw the replay there, presented by our friends at Spangler Restoration. All the replays on the Bear Sports Network presented by them. And a face-off violation. And
that's a post whistle. That's a post face-off violation. It does not count towards LR's 3 this half. The ball was out away from where the face-off was taking place. Just a simple loose ball push. And so it's going to be Florida Tech ball with 70 seconds in the shot clock. Got a little breeze here.
Yeah, it comes and goes. It's pretty bearable here. We're elevated on this near side. But without the wind, and when the wind kicks in, it's a little nasty, not going to lie.
Again, point of reference, we're not in Saskatoon.
I know. Or we could be in East Lansing, Michigan.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now, too. So I guess we need to count our blessings. There's a shot that zings past the net.
And actually, Calgary is the banana belt of Canada this year. They were about 27 this morning. So
Griffin Bowie missed that shot narrowly. As they want 21 on the shot clock.
41.
41, pardon me. So about half the clock to go for the Panthers, who scored 13 goals on Saturday in the win over Belmont Abbey game. They felt like they were in control. They let Belmont Abbey back into it late and needed overtime to win, as that one whips past the net.
But that's a super win for Florida Tech, playing a very good Belmont Abbey team, or what historically is a very good. That's a great check. Oh, what is that?
2 flags as Victor Powell.
I think what we're going to get is the check was good, but after the check, we're going to get a push.
Powell, the preseason All-American on defense as well. The Bears have 1 preseason All-American on each level, and Moffitt, Reese, and Powell. And Victor's off to a great start this season, but we'll head to the penalty box. So the first man-up opportunity here for Florida Tech.
It's going to be a 1-minute penalty for a cross-check. He got a good check, but then he probably chucked him in the back with part of his shaft between his hands. And that's going to be Bears have to kill a man up for a minute.
3 man-up goals this year for Florida Tech in 2 games.
We got Florida Tech coach barking commands over there.
Interim head coach Zach Wynn,
he's also a Florida Tech alum,
who is going to give way. I don't know if you heard me mention, Jamie, that Brad MacArthur, the recently named the new head coach for Florida Tech, is here in the stands. And that shot misses high off the stick of Colin Stewart, the leading scorer who scored the game winner on Saturday and has 6 goals in the first 2 games for the Panthers.
Kyle Mason out there working the top of the box on the man down unit. Had a great game in the fourth quarter on Saturday. Played a bunch of man down and also regular defense, and just played really well.
And the first goal of the day for Florida Tech bounces in off the stick of Ben Clafey, and it's 2-1.
Nice patient man-up offense by Florida Tech. Used the ground on that shot. I'm pretty sure Johnson didn't see that ball because the shot was right around Kyle Mason. A little bit of a screen. Kyle needs to take a little bit better approach next time to that ball so that Noah can see it.
Second goal of the year for Clafey. Graduate student from Forest Hill, Maryland, transferred to Florida Tech from St. Mary's College. Ball's still loose.
Good. Oh, come on, pick it up. There we go. We're going to go back to clear, probably.
It's Nate Ashley on the ground ball there. Nate from Bradenton, Florida, so from the Sunshine State. And now Mitchell Linklater.
That's about half speed for Mitch.
Yeah, he's one of the fastest, if not the fastest, as Venazio misses just wide. It'll stay with the Bears as Bell's back there.
Yep. Actually, it wasn't Bell. We had a long pole down there behind the goal.
It was Ashley that made the run down there.
That's a good play by Ashley to just – you're taught to go to the crease, but he went to X to make sure we had a backup on a shot. If it wasn't for him being back there, it would have been a Florida Tech ball because the goalie would have been closer.
This is David Bell with it.
Yep.
At the point. 38 on the shot clock for the Bears. Liam McGrath spins it around to Voss. Venazio!
Great job by Venazio. Nice feed from Voss. That's cool to see a freshman feeding a senior. The Bears are really beginning to get on the same page offensively, which is great to see, which is what they're going to need in their upcoming games at Tampa and Belmont Abbey. And then once we get into the sack play against Queens and Wingate, which will be probably our 2 primary rivals for the conference championship this year.
Limestone as well. 6th.
Yep. I forgot about Limestone.
6th goal on the season for Joe, the transfer from Coker, who has 100 career goals, over 100 career goals for the Cobras. And I talked to Coach P about him before the game, and he was just so happy with the energy and the experience that he's brought. You know, Venazio's far from the most athletic guy on the field, but is one of the most savvy. You can just tell he's played a ton of lacrosse.
He's played a ton of lacrosse, and he made 2 or 3 just the only way I can describe him is just absolute veteran plays against North Greenville that led directly to goals that were just great to see. The other number 5, James Bruger, came to us from Coker. He's a grad student, and he has fit right into the program as well. It's just really cool to see those guys having success and contributing to the Bears.
So there was a face-off violation on Sumner that led to this possession for Florida Tech. 32 on the shot clock for the Panthers as the ball is loose.
Nice job by Dylan Stape causing that turnover. Just a simple poke. Oh,
Liam Farrell picks it up and has it.
Good decision by Farrell just to get it to the attackman.
McCracken cranks one way high, and it'll stay with the Bears as Moffitt runs back behind the net to secure it. That was a shot.
Bears need to recognize they're playing 3 against 5 right now and just pull it out and get their middies on. Dorn needs to pick that up.
Eccleston surrounded by 3 defenders. Venazio on net gets bumped down. Good defensive play there by Brennan Banks. And a turnover for the Bears. That was one of our keys to the game that Coach P wants, probably first and foremost, the Bears to cut down on those turnovers.
Absolutely. That was the big struggle for 3 quarters in the U-Indy game.
Yep.
They Bears won the face-off battle. They won the clear battle. They won the ground ball battle. They won the second half, but lost the turnovers 20-9. And you just against an average team, you can't lose a turnover battle by 11 turnovers and expect to win. So that was dramatically reduced on Saturday. Hopefully that trend continues.
Side swipe there on the shot from Florida Tech and Jacob Turpak.
Turpak had a great dodge there. Got Mitch a little bit on skates and got a nice shot. Just needs to do a little bit.
Stewart as the ball is loose and picked up by Linklater.
That was an amazing cross-crease slide by Joey Masson. It was physical, but it wasn't too hard that you're going to get an unnecessary roughness or an illegal body check call. Just a classic cross-crease slide, and did a great job just making contact with a guy, dislodging the ball, turning the ball over. Well done.
Kanata brings it into the offensive zone for the Bears and now has it back. Swings it around to Linklater. Finds Moffitt in the middle. Backhanded. Popped out of there.
That's a kick save and a beauty.
Holzman has been good so far. This game's 3-1. It could be 5-6-1 if not for Holzman. But a chance here for Florida Tech. And Johnson's up to the challenge.
By Johnson. Now we're going to go the other way.
Victor Powell.
We do not have numbers, but we may press.
Locks coming out of the hair. And he goes top shelf. Coast to coast, Victor Powell.
That I have huge respect for the Florida Tech goalie there. Victor Powell wound up, and that ball went about 2 inches over his head. That was an absolute missile.
Let's take a look at the Spangler replay, and Victor just cranks this one.
That was crazy.
First goal of the year for Powell. Won't see too many of those, obviously, because he's a defender.
But that's a good example of what Coach P says to a lot of teams right there with a pole bringing it down with even numbers would pull it out. But Coach P is perfectly okay with his pole going and trying to create an offensive opportunity. And if that's, we just need someone. If he misses the goal, we just need someone behind to back it up. So great job by Powell hitting the frame. But that's a great example of early offense by the Bears.
Victor scored his first career goal last year in the SAC championship game against Wingate, as we have a timeout, I think, by Lenoir-Rhyne.
Yep.
53.7 to go, opening quarter. Coach P trying to draw something up here for this final possession as the game clock is less than the shot clock, so the Bears don't have to give it up if they don't want to.
Yep. And Jay-Z, the AD, is over here looking over Danny's shoulder here, looking at something.
Jay-Z is the jack of all trades, doing the stats and the PA today.
Yep. He's also quite a skier, I hear.
Yeah. Jay-Z just survived his trek to Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Hey, I was a ski racer in high school, so I completely appreciate what you went through. Best picture was you going up the conveyor lift in the tunnel.
I respect people that can get up on skis because coming from Michigan, you'd think I would, but I haven't ever. So
Well, there's a slight lack of things in Michigan called hills.
That is a very good point.
Although they do have
up north, there's more.
Yep, but they do have some places. There's actually some skiers on the U.S. Olympic Alpine team actually are from Michigan, which is pretty cool.
Which is the UP.
Yep.
That is practically Wisconsin up there.
Or Southern Ontario.
Either one.
Yeah, I remember watching an NCAA playoff game hosted by Marquette in early April. It was snowing sideways.
At northern Michigan. Yeah, Marquette is just a beautiful place. If you ever get a chance to go to Marquette, Michigan, in the summer more specifically, I would suggest
exactly
is the time of year to go. I would go in like July or August. Even in June it can be cold.
Yep.
So Bryce Reese with the ball on his stick out of this timeout. What do you think the Bears do here in the last 40 minutes, Jamie? Or 40 seconds.
I think we wait till about 20 seconds, and we got the two fastest kids on the team, Linklater and Reese, on the field. I think Linklater is going to go with about 20 or 25 seconds to try to create an opportunity. We'll see here. He's working back and forth. Probably about 20 he's going to go. Maybe 15.
We're under 20, and looks like he's going, and now he's going at 15. Bears got 4 white jerseys around the goal, and now with 10, here comes Linklater, chased by the defender. Eccleston off the skip!
Job!
What an angle! Just squeezes that one in for his second goal, almost from the exact same spot.
Yep, that's a great job. That's a great job to hold for a shot and basically make a simple pass to an open guy. And Eccleston was super decisive on his shot, dropped his stick and went low, got it probably between the wickets.
So 5-goal first quarter for Lenoir-Rhyne.
6.3 seconds. If we win the ball forward, the Bears are going to go.
Saw Sumner do that on Saturday.
Absolutely.
So Macon doesn't win this one.
Florida Tech gets it forward, but it's picked up by our we need to move the ball, shoot it.
And they don't get it off, but a really good first quarter for the Bears. Johnson made a couple of good saves to hold Florida Tech to 1. Bears put 5 on the board and lead 5-1 after the first quarter. Back with the second after this on the Bear Sports Network.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Second quarter about to roll. Was a good first quarter for the Bears. 5 goals, only concede 1, and they lead Florida Tech 5-1. Eric Bach, Jamie Dickinson, glad you're with us on this Valentine's matinee here between the bricks. Second home game in 3 days for the Bears, who have yet to hit the road this season, but will this upcoming weekend as they venture down to Savannah, GA to take on Tampa in that
Tampa's not
top 10
be,
matchup.
They're not going to be pleased to see the Bears after the national quarterfinal last year.
Bears, Colton McCracken broke the hearts of the Spartans.
Got an illegal screen on Florida Tech. I didn't quite see where it was, but it turned the ball over to Linklater. He's going up the field. Oh, great ride by Florida Tech. That's a great play by Florida Tech. number 34.
Zach Rosgani
Yep.
with a great play there.
Great job there to use one hand to do a wrap check. The tendency there is you put your other hand on the offensive player's back. Didn't do that. Official had a great view of it. That's just a classic one-handed wrap check. A superb effort on a ride. Turns the ball over to LR. That's not an unforced error. That's just a great defensive play. Kudos to 34, and Florida Tech's going to play offense for a little while.
30 seconds gone on this possession. Panthers got just one goal in the first quarter. Griffin Bowie's had a couple of good chances. There's another good chance that's knocked away by Johnson. Ball is loose in front of the goal, and it's picked up.
Yeah, we got a mess.
Powell had it for a second, then lost it. And now James Bruger does have it.
Yep,
And back to Florida Tech.
That's all right. That's another good play by number 15 on that ride to get the ball back. Got the ball checked out of his stick. Didn't give up on the play, and then made a nice defensive play to force Bruger out of bounds.
Justin Williams with the play
Yep.
for Florida Tech.
Well done.
It's another shot and a goal. Florida Tech finds a second one. Bennett Duffy.
Johnson's going to put that one on him. He could see that ball all the way. It just got by. He threw his head back in disgust when that ball hit the net. He wants that one back. He usually makes that save.
So Bennett Duffy puts the second tally of the day up for the Panthers. Cut it down to a 3-goal deficit. The Bears have been
He's on the line.
Bears have been prone this year to allowing. There's a bad turnover.
Yeah, that's
for
a bad
Florida
turnover
Tech.
for Florida Tech. That's a straight unforced error. Venazio retriggers at X. This is sort of a gift possession for the Bears right now. So we'll see what they do with it after the same thing happened at the other end of the field after a good defensive play.
It's going to be a lot more fun bus ride back to Florida if the Panthers can pull this one off today.
Yep.
After what would be, with a win, a 2-0 trip through the Tar Heel State. Eccleston already 2 goals in the first quarter, trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Tried to get it to Venazio, just not enough space.
Oh,
and
great!
Linkletter,
We're going to have
actually Canada.
Canada with a great goal. We're actually going to have a slash on Florida Tech. I heard the stick hit the helmet. Bruce Busgard is looking for the number. It's going to be number 93 on the slash. Got him on the helmet. Goal is good. Florida Tech 93 with a slash. 1 minute penalty. Penalty is served because it's a personal foul. And the Bears are going to go man up for 60 seconds. If they can win a shot clock, there's a huge opportunity to move out, widen the lead a little bit.
Second goal of the season for Will. Scored his first on Saturday.
Yep. And that was if everybody's watching that at home, that's a classic straight overhand, got his elbows away from his body, straight overhand bounce shot. Great technical execution by Canada.
Second man-up opportunity in this game for the Bears. And it's
White,
back to the Bears.
That's 2 face-off violations on Black. So we got...
Still a man-up for the Bears. Florida Tech killed the first man-up opportunity and scored on their only one of the day.
That's one of the things that Coach P really wants to try to get going this year. Bears were, I wouldn't say deficient, but sort of average last year in man-up. They need to get that clicking a little bit better. Here, we've got about 40 seconds left in the penalty.
Evan Voss, the freshman from Georgia, behind the net, finds Venazio. Freshman to grad student there, but you got to imagine that Voss only benefits from playing with Venazio, just his savvy and experience.
Yeah,
but good defensive play there for Florida Tech.
And that's an absolute force by Eccleston, thrown it to a guy who's surrounded by a zone defense that has packed it in. Eccleston's going to look at tape on that and say, man, I just need to work it around, because basically everybody was collapsing on Venazio at that point in time.
Cole Marini forced the turnover for the Panthers, who have it with 60 on the clock.
Have to have just about killed the penalty.
Sam Balch is in the box right now for the Panthers, so he was the guilty party.
Yep. And now the penalty has been killed.
Balch steps back on, so the Bears now 0 for 2 man up today. 1 goal apiece here in the second quarter after a 5-1 opening frame for the Bears. And 20 on the shot clock for Florida Tech.
Great double team. Great technical double team.
Liam Farrell was right there with it as the ball is loose and 12 to shoot.
Yep.
Florida Tech's got to hurry here. Spinning on goal. Ball is loose and deflected and into the stick.
That's just a classic. That defensive play was a classic double team. He waited until I think it was Powell who came and double teamed. He waited until the offensive player turned his head and then just jumped him. That's a great play. Linklater needs to run away from trouble here.
Trouble is in the form of Matthew Hill, who's been following him and forces the turnover as the ball's up in the air, but a chance to grab it there for Farrell, and he can't make it. And the ball in the hands of the Panthers into their offensive zone.
That's a little bit of hero ball by Linklater. That's probably a bad choice. That's kind of what got the Bears in trouble in the third quarter on Saturday against North Greenville. They played a little hero ball, ended up getting North Greenville a 4-0 run. Coach P called the timeout and said, just stop.
Side swipe, wide of the net. Off the stick of Nate DePlanke.
And we're under 60 in the shot clock, triggering over and back. If you're watching at home, the officials will all point in the direction the ball is going. That's the trigger of over and back. I think we're probably going to have a shot clock reset, or no, we're not.
Williams tried to wrap around there, and it didn't work. And with 51, Florida Tech has it back. Coach P was saying it should have been called differently, but
no, that was absolutely shot. It may have looked a little bit. There's another great double team by Powell.
Cross field pass to Planky and a whistle.
Bus guard calls a ward.
And a reset back to 80. Victor Powell on this half of the field already has a goal today.
What Bears need to do right now is get their offensive subs here. They're playing a little ragged right now. Get their offensive subs. Oop, there's
not a good pass there. Nope. And another turnover. And onto the stick of the leading scorer for Florida Tech and Colin Stewart.
Yep, Bears are playing a little bit ragged right now. That actually, there was a little bit of a check on the stick of the pass.
And a timeout called by Florida Tech with 8:42 to go before halftime. Zach Wynn, the interim head coach, will talk about it with his team. And we'll resume play when you come back to Moretz Stadium, 8:42 before halftime, 6-2 Bears.
Moretz Stadium is an iconic part of LR Athletics, hosting games, tailgating, marching band competitions, sports camps, and graduation ceremonies. The stadium serves as a valued focal point for the greater Hickory area. The time has come to renovate the stadium to allow LR to continue to offer our student athletes, fans, and the community an exceptional experience.
Back here between the bricks, 6-2 lead for the Bears over Florida Tech. Run through the numbers real quick. 13 shots for the Bears, actually being outshot right now by Florida Tech by one single shot. 6 turnovers for the Panthers, 7 for the Bears. So you mentioned the disparity in turnovers in the UIndy game, and Bears have obviously cleaned that up on Saturday, and today just -1 in that department.
Yeah, if you're even in turnovers, that becomes a wash, and then it becomes about face-offs and ground balls and successful clears. One thing the Bears did extremely well on Saturday is they had 5 or 6 clears in a row where they were riding, and rides in a row, I should say, that they turned the ball over. North Greenville gave the Bears 5 free possessions.
Panthers trying to get back on the board here, just one single goal in each quarter. That was a lucky bounce for Florida Tech, but it ends up on the stick of the Bears.
Really impressed with Florida Tech, how their attackmen ride. They're doing a great job. Just as soon as the ball gets turned over, just harassing the Bears' long sticks.
Heck of a pass ahead to McCracken, who gets turned away.
That's going to be a mess. That's in and
Ball
out of
is
the crease.
loose.
Oh, no.
There's a
what do we
flag
got?
that's thrown as Moffitt and McCracken were both right there along with Aiden Mowry. But 2 different officials both threw their flags. We'll see. I assume it's on the Bears as
100%
LR is
on the Bears.
retreating.
Well, they had to kill the play because the Florida Tech guy went into the crease with the ball that's in and out. They're calling a hold for technical foul. It's probably right. In those scrums, you typically will get a hold. But the reason the play was killed and they weren't able to continue to play is when the ball comes in possession of a defensive player from outside the crease into the crease. It's called in and out, and it causes a whistle.
So not a man-up opportunity for Florida Tech. But still possession for the Panthers with a full 80.
No, it is a man-up opportunity.
Oh, it is a man-up.
Because they had possession of the ball.
So it looks like it's McCracken is the guilty party as he's in the box.
Yep, that sounds about right.
So Florida Tech already, one of their 2 goals today came man-up. Trying to get a third on the scoreboard here. Quick passing around. Johnson directing traffic. Dr. Johnson, as he's affectionately known.
That's a turn.
Able to keep it on his stick. Doing well there.
Oh, great job by Johnson with a
turns
big
away
save.
Stewart. But it was an athletic play by Rozgani to even keep possession as we have another flag on the field here.
I'm not sure what we got here. We got a white. It's not going to be a white. Another hold for technical foul for 30 seconds.
So McCracken's out of the box, but going into the box is Liam McGrath. So the Bears killed off the initial penalty, but now we'll have to defend a man down for 30 more seconds.
Yep.
Over halfway through the second quarter. Hasn't been a ton of offense recently. Bears had that flurry in the middle part of the first quarter, but haven't gotten hardly anything since. Shot misses just wide. Chopped out of there.
That is going to be white ball. The reason that's white ball is that number 66 from Florida Tech stopped the shot. It no longer becomes a shot. Then Victor Powell checked it out of his stick. Great job by Victor Powell to create that turnover off that shot.
Liam Farrell right there as well.
Yep.
And Reese checked.
How's that not? Yep, that's going to be a flag, absolutely. That's going to be defenseless. That's probably going to be full-time.
Happened right in front of the LR bench and came from the official that was far away.
Yep.
And both coaches upset with Greg Paradine's upset with the official closest to the play for not calling it, and Zach Wynn's upset with the official on the far side for calling it.
But that's absolutely 100% the correct call. He didn't blow him up, so that's probably why it's not full time. But you can't hit a player from behind when his head's turned waiting for a pass. That's just they did some studies in high school lacrosse that with the new rules that they've put in place, injuries and concussions and that sort of stuff are down 40% over the last few years, which means the new rules to free up play and make things go faster and protect players are actually working. And so about 5 years ago, that Bryce Reese would have been absolutely destroyed on that call. So it's actually protecting players, making the game a little faster.
Brennan Banks was the guilty party for Florida Tech, so another man-up opportunity for the Bears.
Okay,
Kanada's
that
shot
went straight up. We just need to run to the end line.
Shot That went about 100 feet in the air
Yep.
off the stick of the keeper.
Really impressed with the Florida Tech goalie. He's playing a heck of a game.
Holzman has been great so far. Eccleston whiffs on that one-time opportunity as the defender was bothering him.
Yeah, he caught the ball with his arms extended, then he dropped his elbows right by his side, and then he pushed it over the top.
Kanata, Moffitt, Mowry, Eccleston, and Venazio, and Voss on the attack right now for the Bears. Miles Moffitt, top of the point, sends it over to Eccleston. Those two have played a ton of games together. Voss had a chance behind the net. Mowry couldn't bury it. And we have another penalty.
Yep, that's just going to be a loose ball interference. It's going to be a shot clock. Should be a shot clock reset.
Up back to 60 it goes.
Yep.
So Moffitt gives it over to Eccleston. Low and in. Torrens got the hat trick in the first half at 7-2 LR.
What that is that's a great job from Eccleston to use a screen and shoot around a player. There was a Florida Tech defender, Nathan Mowry, in the way.
Take a look at the Spangler replay here.
He basically steps around the defender and shoots it into the near corner low. Just a great job using the defender as a screen. Goalie really didn't see that until it was almost past him.
Torrens third of the day, led the Bears in goals a year ago with 54. He's had at least 3 in all 3 games. 4 against UIndy, 3 on Saturday, and now 3 more today. 5.5 to go before halftime is making Sumner out of the faceoff. X ends up with the ball in his stick.
Great job by Sumner. Oop.
And Bruger couldn't catch that one as the ball is loose on the ground ball.
Oh, yep.
It goes just off out of bounds.
It's going to be white ball.
Just a couple inches outside the line.
Great job by James Bruger, a local product out of Lake Norman High School where his dad's the coach, has won multiple state championships. Great to see him contributing to the Bears.
Transfer from Coker. He and Venazio came together.
Yep.
Here is Venazio, but it was intercepted. Great.
That's a great job.
Sam Balch on defense steps in the passing lane there.
That's a great lesson for everybody who's a youth player watching the game. Just put your stick up in a passing lane, and every now and then the ball goes in your stick.
It's kind of funny that as the keeper is out of the net there, so we have some interference maybe, as Holzman came all the way out past the midfield line.
Yeah, great pressure defense on the ride, but Bears also did not just completely abandon the front of the goal. So when Florida Tech got possession and could have had a chance with an odd man rush, there were 3 defenders back.
The construction just goes on as we play here.
Yep.
So they certainly not resting.
And we got a construction crew over there waiting for something to happen. We got about half a dozen guys watching the game.
I think they're on their lunch, their union lunch break.
There
of
you
course.
go. So we got a pad foot roller, some reach forklifts, a mini X, a carry deck crane, and we got
up
another
high.
foul.
That's McCracken again, who will head to the box for the second time. And the shot is in the back of the nets. Perfectly done there by Clafey, who has his second of the day.
The flag's going to be waved off. That's a hold. The goal is good. Hold. That's waved off. We're even up.
7-3 LR, 3:45 to go first half. Not a bad little gig over there, building the new Moretz Stadium and watching the Bears between the bricks while you're doing it.
The crazy thing, if you look across the field in some of the shots, you see the two twin towers going up, which are going to be the elevator shafts and the stairway in the new press box. They weren't here last weekend.
No, they weren't. So things are happening quickly. Yeah, that's true. If you go back and watch the UIndy broadcasts, you certainly would not see those towers. But here they are just 8 days later. Florida Tech the possession after the goal, trying to cut this thing down to a 3-goal deficit. Looking to go 2-0 in the state of North Carolina over these last 3 days. Williams.
This is actually a pretty important 3.5 minutes right now.
And a goal again. Back-to-back goals for the Panthers. Bennett Duffy gets his.
Little bit of a curveball on that first shot that caused the ball to just bounce softly out of Johnson's stick on a harder shot that's going to stick in his stick. Bounced right to the Florida Tech attackman. No one was there to check the sticks, so it was just a simple just catch and put it back goal.
Second goal for Duffy, so only 2 Panthers have scored, 2 for Duffy and 2 for Claffey.
Good job by Sumner battling for a ground ball after he loses the faceoff. Let's see what happens here. Oh, great job by Venazio, and a great job by, who was that, number 31, just goosing the ball back to him.
Liam Farrell, number 31.
Yep.
We have another timeout.
When I watched Liam Farrell's highlight tape when he signed to come, all I saw him doing was checking the ball out of people's stick, putting it on the ground, hockeying it about 4 times, and then picking it up. I'm like, I know what he does in the winter.
So I believe it was Florida Tech that called the timeout.
No, it was the Bears had the ball, so we were able to call the timeout to just settle everybody down and play some offense with 3:04 left in the quarter.
Big possession here to get an answer goal to make this thing back to a 4-goal deficit before halftime.
Yep.
3:04 to go. So this is actually, believe it or not, the second time Lenoir-Rhyne and Florida Tech have played on Valentine's Day.
Oh, there's an interesting stat.
This is the 7th all-time meeting.
Yep.
LR leads the series 4-2.
I think the Bears lost, the last meeting I think the Bears lost in 2019 when we played Florida Tech, I believe, down in Savannah. Beginning of that year was a real struggle. Lost a lot of veteran players. Bears got really young, had two freshmen face-off guys and 2 freshman goalies, and that was a difficult beginning of the year.
That Valentine's Day game was 7 years ago, back in 2015. Florida Tech won that day here in Hickory. Their only win in the stadium ever, 13-12. Close one that day.
Florida Tech playing an aggressive defense here.
Eccleston already a first half hat trick, looking for more. Stopped.
Eccleston now needs to drop his stick low. The Florida Tech goalie had that one all the way. He dropped his stick low, and the Florida Tech goalie went low. Eccleston needs to now drop his stick and rip it top corner.
Holzman another save. And now an offensive chance. That's 7 saves in this first half for Holzman. So 7 allowed, 7 saved. 5 saves for Noah Johnson. 50 on the shot clock for the Panthers with under 2:20 to go before halftime. The wind has come and gone throughout this first half, but right now it's gusting. And a ground ball shot finds the back of the nets. 3 in a row for Florida Tech, and Justin Williams, the redshirt senior, picks up that one, and it's just a 2-goal game.
Cobb makes a little disappointed of himself, got picked off that play, didn't get out there to the shooter in time, got his stick on the shaft, but the ball was well gone. He needs to do a little bit better job. He's going to kick himself trying to fight through a pick.
So Williams goes low. Justin.
Great face-off by Sumner.
Making so good on Saturday.
Yep.
12 for 18. Really was, according to his coaching staff, one of the bigger reasons why the Bears won that game.
Yeah, he did a super job and got his first career goal.
Sophomore from Wilmington. Went to the famous Hoggard High School in the Port City. Reese scored the first goal and misses off to the left this time.
The Hatcher brothers are from Wilmington, and we've got a few other guys from Wilmington on the Bear squad. LR seems to be typically working into Wilmington, reaching into Wilmington a little bit, finding some recruits there. They play some pretty good lacrosse down at the coast.
No place better in the summer than Wrightsville Beach.
I'm kind of partial to bald head.
Yeah. Kanata turned away. Another save.
Yep, white ball. Good job by Voss just getting in front of the defender and boxing him out basically to save the possession and create some more another possession for the Bears. Under 60 in the game clock and the shot clock. There's like a 1 or 2 second differential, so the Bears are going to hold it for the last shot here.
LR trying to answer after this game was 7-2. Florida Tech has gotten the last 3. Similar to the run that North Greenville went on in the third quarter on Saturday. Bears were good for, really were in control of that game for 3 out of 4 quarters, and then let it slip a little bit in the third before taking back control in the fourth. Kanata holding it right at the 40-yard line. Bumped down right in front of the Florida Tech bench by Gavin Wessel, much to the
great job by
of his
Will
teammates.
Kanata.
But Kanata bounces right back and buries it.
Florida Tech bench was over there celebrating when Kanata stumbled a little bit. They celebrated a little bit too soon. When he stumbled, the defender overplayed him on the ground. He got up and around him, and he basically ran to about 10 yards and shot. He's a heck of a shooter, and when he gets into a roll, he can really fill it up. So it's a 8-5, 10 seconds left opportunity to win a face-off and go play offense if you push it forward.
Second goal of the game for Will. Third of the season. And we have a flag. Is this on Sumner?
Yep. The unfortunate part here is what Florida Tech is probably going to do is hold the ball, and they will then start with the ball in the third quarter with possession. They might try to go with 10.5. They might try to go real quick and get a look, but that's a little bit risky. If they get a shot and LR backs it up, it's going to be LR ball. So I bet they just stand there and hold the ball. Yep.
And they will. So good call, partner. Good first half for the Bears. They give up 3 goals in a row late, but then score the last one as Will Kanata finds the back of the net. And it's a 3-goal lead for Lenoir-Rhyne as we head to the break. Bears 8, Florida Tech 5, 10 minutes of halftime, and then the second half coming up after this break and these messages on the Bears Sports Network.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Everything the light touches will be yours. You must remember who you are. The one true champion We are LR.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are LR. We are LR.
If you play hard, if you use your feet to chase fitness goals, if you stand all day at work, introducing True Energy Infrared Technology Socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Moretz Stadium is an iconic part of LR athletics, hosting games, tailgating, marching band competitions, sports camps, and graduation ceremonies. The stadium serves as a valued focal point for the greater Hickory area. The time has come to renovate the stadium to allow LR to continue to offer our student athletes, fans, and the community an exceptional experience.
Hey Bears fans, Dave here with Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac, your local hometown dealer since 1967. Come see us in Hickory or Morganton to check out all of GM's hottest new products, the area's largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, and service you can depend on. Visit us online at everettchevy.com. Good luck to the Bears this season, and remember, if you didn't get an Everett deal, you didn't get a deal at all. Go Bears!
Emergencies don't wait. Get to the hospital. Accidents happen. Get well soon. When it hurts to move forward, tackle your pain. Don't make your health wait. See your doctor. Your health means everything.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
Excellence, integrity, care,
curiosity. These are the values that define who we are, a community of thinkers, competitors, and achievers passionately pursuing the path of a purpose-driven life. Because at Lenoir-Rhyne University, we are called to greatness. We are LR.
This once-in-a-generation project will give student athletes an advantage and position Lenoir-Rhyne as a leader in academics and athletics.
We need our tent.
We do need our 10 halftime stats here at the break between Lenoir-Rhyne and Florida Tech. Presented by East Coast Wings and Grill. Take a look at the numbers. Bears, obviously the number that matters most, 8-5 ahead. 4 ground balls ahead. 9 out of 15 faceoffs. Florida Tech's caused 2 more turnovers. So the Bears haven't been as efficient as they'd like to be on the offensive end.
70 on the shot clock.
Live television.
Crispin McDonald, one of our officials, telling us I've refed a bunch of games with Kristen, so that's a lot of fun. Looking forward to doing that again this spring.
So Florida Tech, who had possession to start the the end of the half, as Williams, who scored the final goal of the first half for the Panthers, misses just a little bit wide of the left post, but it'll stay in possession of Florida Tech. Trying to steal one here on the road like they did on Saturday
and we're
at
even.
Belmont Abbey. That one goes up into the clay.
That's over into the David E. Looper construction zone. Last year, on Saturday, we almost took out the fuel tank over there.
Oh, good. The construction workers are back to work now.
Yep.
There's no more free lacrosse for them.
Yeah, I was talking to some of the boys, and they're during practice, they're like super concerned about hitting one of the construction workers. I'm like, dudes, they have hard hats on. They're good.
If there's anyone that is safe. So 3 different Panthers scored in the first half.
Oop.
That one misplayed by Griffin Bowie, who is the scorer for Florida Tech, but has not been able to find the back of the net yet today. Ground ball picked up.
Now Florida Tech's going to have to reorganize quickly. They only have 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Johnson can't stop the shots.
That's a little bit of a difficult one to take. Make a great play over there on the far sideline, but then the guy just makes a good individual play.
So Razgani with the goal, late shot clock, clutches that one out.
need to win a couple faceoffs, get a good possession, get a good scoring opportunity.
Razzagani, the sophomore from Elk Ridge, Maryland. You see a lot of these, mid-Atlantic guys going south. Probably the weather's a little bit of an appeal as we have a flag down that is going to be on the Bears, I think, for a slash. This is number 90. Ethan Tshef is the one that is slow to get up. So Tshef walks off on his own power with his helmet off. So the officials are now together at the midfield stripe to discuss the the infraction here.
It's either going to be serious or they're going to pick it up. It's one of the two. White. Legal body check, 1 minute. Just a simple illegal body check, 1 minute.
I think, is that Colton McCracken again?
Someone with a pole. Who's a single digit with a pole?
I think it's Nate Ashley.
Yeah, that's who it is.
At 8 and 9, hard to tell the difference across the way.
And they both are about the same height, have about the same body type, run about the same on the field.
So another man-up opportunity for Florida Tech, trying to cut this down to 1 goal. This is the closest they've been since it's been 2-0. And now they're within 1 goal. Hat trick. Actually, not a hat trick, but the second goal in a row for Razzagani, and it's 8-7.
Bears need to get a possession and stem the tide here, 100%.
So another man-up goal for Florida Tech, their 3rd of the day, 3 out of 7. Bears got to clean up the penalties a little bit to stop giving the Panthers all these opportunities. Ball is loose.
In the feet. Linklater's. That's a push.
Still loose. Up in the air.
Oh, great job by Linklater.
Linklater ends up with it, but it gets popped out of his stick. Josh Vetter was the one that ended up with the ball after the scramble. Josh, the graduate from Ellicott City, Maryland, just outside of the D.C. area. Florida Tech can tie the game on this possession.
Yeah, nice clear by Florida Tech. Took a long time to get organized, went backwards. Bears needed to press a little bit to force that possibly into a failure to advance penalty.
6 out of the last 7 goals in this game have gone to the Panthers. It was 7-2 LR at one point. And now the Panthers have crawled back to make it a 1-goal game. Ben Claffey, who had 2 goals in the first half. Justin Williams also a goal. Spins, fires, not even close.
Way wide.
Ball goes up into the construction equipment again. So 10 on the shot clock. Panthers got to hurry here. To Plank in the middle, underhanded.
It's going to be a shot clock
that
violation.
That is a shot clock violation.
Good defense by the Bears.
Felt like a big possession there where Florida Tech
very big possession.
Could have tied the game, and LR comes up with the stop defensively. Bryce Reese, who scored the first goal of the game, but we haven't really called his name a whole lot since with it here. Just blazing fast down the far side. Gets in on goal. Good check from Connor Young, the long stick from York, Pennsylvania.
Good job by Bryce to just own the ball, run down the wing, run away from a guy, get the ball below goal line instead, and allow the Bears to settle their offense.
Canada 2 goals in the first half. behind the net here with under 40 on the shot clock. Will bothered by Williams. Fires. The ball's
saved. That's going to be a shot clock reset.
It's squirted out of there, but the Bears retain possession. Eccleston. First half hat trick. Venazio.
That's a push.
Loose, and the whistle as Miles Moffitt ends up on the ground.
Yep, shot clock reset. Still remains Bears ball.
So a fresh 60. Goal here would go a long way to kind of stem the tide. Kanata. Eccleston scored 2 goals from this almost exact spot in the first half. Not a great angle here, but gets in the middle and has his 4th goal of the day.
Great job by Torren to continue to come to the middle of the field and basically create a better angle and have the whole goal to shoot at. Just worked it, drove around top, got to the middle, got between the hash. If you can shoot between the hash marks, that's what you want. Good job by Torren to extend the lead to 2.
Take a look at the Spangler replay. Just too much space there in the middle given by the Panther defense. Torren's got 4 goals on the day.
Torren's a big body, so if he can use his body to create space, he's going to have to get his hands free. He's going to hit the net most times.
Scoring Torren, as he's
Good
known.
job.
Big win on the face-off there for the Bears.
You're being chased, move the ball.
Jonathan Paulus, the other face-off guy. He and Sumner will handle the vast majority this year.
Voss with a little bit of a bobble there, tried to go before the ball actually got there. Miles Moffitt with the ball. He's been a little quiet today, maybe recovering from celebrating his Rams winning the Super Bowl last night.
It's true. Guy from Calgary is somehow an L.A. fan.
I think his grandfather and everybody, a bunch of his family members live in L.A. His dad has recently moved to that Southern California, so that's where that comes from.
Always wearing his L.A. Dodger hat around the building. Loose ball that's tipped back by Ashley, and Johnson cannot run it down. Rosgani with it. Fresh 80 for the Panthers.
Some of the Florida Tech fans here were telling him to go, but LR had numbers, and it wasn't going to if you go, you're going to run into a quadruple team.
Decent little contingent here from Florida Tech.
Absolutely.
Probably, a lot of these Maryland Mid-Atlantic guys, it's easier for them to come to the games here in North Carolina than it is the home games.
Yeah, it's nice that they have 2 games in 2 days, which that means parents can come and watch 2 games, and that's going to be a flag.
Victor Powell draws that flag as the ball is loose. It's big scrum for it in front of the Bear net. And it's on the stick of Nate Ashley, and now grabbed by the Bears and Dylan Stape, one of the captains. So another man-up opportunity coming for Florida Tech. 3 out of their 7 goals today have come.
Yeah, the Bears need to do a better job of staying out of the penalty box. This seems to be a theme in this game, and it's going to be a 1-minute slash on number 37, Dylan Stape.
So it is. The penalty is on Stape.
He's over in the box feeling shame.
As you do when you go to the box.
Yes, that's like the timeout chair.
I'm going to just start saying that now. He feels some shame as he heads to the box. Stewart, leading scorer on this team, misses way upstairs on that shot.
But what movie did that come from?
I've heard it, and you're putting me on the
spot. Oh, come on now.
I know. I'll know it as soon as you say it. He's not going to say it.
Slapshot.
Oh, of course.
Although I won't be hitting you with a goalie stick to show you all the different penalties.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Nice save by Johnson.
Turns away. Clayfee.
Well, that's got to be a point. How's that not a?
And it is.
Yep.
Linklater goes down.
And we got Florida Tech is player.
Sam Balch goes down is worse for wear. Getting some flack from the LR students here as the trainer comes out.
Yeah, I think he got it. I think he obviously rolled his ankle up underneath him on that one.
He's got the left leg wrapped up.
Good sportsmanship by Linklater telling the student section here to calm down and show a little class with a guy. Guy got hurt.
You want a 60-second reset of the shot clock. Actually, 80 seconds as Moffitt resets all his equipment.
And that's a rule. We had an injury timeout on the defense between 60 and 80 seconds. That triggers an 80-second reset. I got that one right. I got it wrong in the U-Indy game.
Did you?
That one was right. I think that one's the right interpretation of that rule.
So Will Kanata backs up into the end zone.
Bears need to create a good scoring opportunity here and put one in the back of the net.
State's still in the box, so
yeah, they're going to hold it until they get released.
So LR a man down currently. Under 50 on the clock and now back to even strength.
Yep.
Eccleston comes on. Kanata looks for him, gives it back to Reese. Torn far side.
Just keep the ball moving, guys.
Bryce Reese. Turns. Under 30. Kanata, Eccleston, Venazio, Moffitt, Reese, and Voss. And Venazio turned
nice
away.
Save by the Florida Tech goalie.
John Holzman has been awesome today.
Yep. We need to do a better job when we drop our sticks. The Florida Tech goalie is going to his knees, and he's reading those low to low shots really well.
Good Voss all over Holzman.
Good job not fouling. They're just going to throw it to the other end of the field. That's actually a really, really smart play by the Florida Tech defender. If he doesn't get rid of that ball, that's going to be a failure to advance penalty. They're back there in the offensive zone. Now the Bears have to go 100 yards.
So it was basically inevitable that it was going to be a turnover.
It's going to be a turnover. Better to turn it over in your offensive half than in your defensive half. Tommy Aguilar out on the field. Need to get him on a little bit of a roll.
Barely
here.
said his name today. Moffitt with it behind the net.
We got
flag down.
It looks like they got 7.
Venazio gets sandwiched between 3 defenders.
Yep, he pinned that ball against his chest. But we got that's what happens with that heave to the far end of the field. Everything's a little bit discombobulated. Florida Tech wound up with 7 playing defense. You can't do that.
9-7 Lenoir-Rhyne, 6:21 to go third quarter. Eric Bach, Jamie Dickinson, delighted you're along with us on this Valentine's matinee on the Bears Sports Network, presented by MBA Roofing.
Good opportunity for the Bears here to add to the lead. Little bit of a good ride by Voss created that turnover. That actually created the turnover. Now they need to take advantage of this man-up situation.
LR yet to score a goal man-up today. Hayden Mowry's in the game.
Wide open on the crease.
Here he is.
Oh,
not
he
a
needs
good
to catch
pass
that
from
ball.
Moffitt.
Nope, that went off a Mowry stick.
He found the little space right there in front of the net, but just couldn't catch it.
Mowry, like we've said, he's small of stature, big of heart, so you need to throw the ball within his body frame. That's a ward.
And a turnover.
Good job by the Bears. Nice ride.
Joey Masson forces it.
Good decision by Kanata.
Will thought
everybody
about a shot, but held it back wisely, I think. He's being
I
checked there by the defender.
I heard a no will from Ryan Crompton across the way. Even through the earphones in the wind.
Cromp's got the big bellowing voice.
I was very relieved on Saturday. There was a conduct foul against the LR bench, and it wasn't Eric. It was actually Cromp.
Cromp got a conduct foul on Saturday?
Yep, shocker.
Shame on you, Cromp. You should feel shame. We have another whistle. Evan Voss's helmet is off.
Yep, he got absolutely blown up on the pick. That was right on the verge of being a legal body check. You can't blow up a guy setting a pick because basically he's a defenseless player because he can't move.
Figure that Eric Dickinson's time for a penalty on the bench is coming.
Well, given that he's the career leader in both penalties and penalty minutes,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. However, the Cromp and Coach Case were complaining. Here goes
Justin Williams, a chance, and misses wide.
Nice job. They were complaining that Eric was having a conversation with all the refs the entire game. And I say one thing, and I get a conduct foul.
It's all about how you say it, right?
Yes, if you ask a question.
Right. Oh, and a turnover there. Bad pass.
Or make a statement.
Right. Statements are much less welcome than questions.
Yes, but if there's an expletive, one of the 7 words you can't say on TV in that statement, that's not going to end well.
Stays
LR
with
ball,
Lenoir-Rhyne.
nice ride.
Great play by Evan Voss in the far corner to keep it with the Bears.
Yeah, if an attackman's struggling on offense a little bit, if he can make up or riding and turning the ball over, et cetera, he's gonna contribute in that way. So you can always ride. Okay, you may not be able to put numbers on the board, but if you can ride and contribute that way, that's a huge positive.
McGrath was the guy that missed wide.
Here's Aguilar. Great job by Aguilar.
Eccleston low and just a touch outside of the right post. That's hilarious that Cromp got a conduct foul. Evan Voss.
That's off.
Turned away.
That's a great job by the Florida Tech goalie just to not give up the pipe as Voss was coming along. See that same thing in hockey. Stay by the pipe so the guy can't go short side.
Pass collected by Gavin Wessel.
We got a bunch of officials here in the stands. Half the Florida Tech people are asking for pushes. All the LR fans are asking for awards.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a game if there weren't a bunch of experts in the crowd about the officiating.
Yep. But to tell you the truth, the only 3 opinions that matter about rules is the 3 guys on the field with stripes.
McCracken wards off that hit attempt from Stewart. Colton being bothered here.
That's not a ward. That is absolutely not a ward. The defender stick was under McCracken's arm. McCracken has a right to reestablish his position to protect his stick.
Venazio.
Great job by Venazio.
Crafty.
That's actually a great assist by Liam McGrath. It's not going to show up in the score sheet probably because Venazio dodged, but it's a great pass, just a simple, easy, through a catchable ball to Venazio. Venazio caught it, drove upfield, went through a check, and got high to the middle, and from about 3 yards above the crease, finished well.
Back to a 3-goal lead. Joe's second of the day is number 10 for the Bears. As clock ran a little extra after the goal, so we reset to 2:45.
Face-off violation. What that was is our who was that? 32 is
John Paulus.
John Paulus. The rule now in college is if you don't go down correctly, and at some point in time I'll bore everybody with what the correctly is. If you don't go down correctly, it's just an immediate turnover. I mean, what it does is it speeded up the game significantly, and it's going to be implemented in high school, as I said on Saturday. So it's going to be they're going to have unity between the college and the high school rules. That's too easy a shot for Johnson.
Noah snags it up near his chin off the stick of Williams.
What that shot was actually caused by Liam Farrell getting in the offensive player's hands so that he could not we got 8 seconds to get it over the midfield line. Yep, good job.
And they do. With 2 seconds to spare.
Now get it to someone with a short stick.
Joey Masson, good awareness there to know that he had to get it over. And now scoring Torrin.
Bryce Reese needs checked his 6 to make sure he knows there's a guy there.
Moffitt faked the shot, takes the shot,
Good
buries
job by
the
Miles.
shot.
Miles had a little trouble with that exact shot on Saturday. His elbows were a little bit in. At that time, he took it straight over the top, got his elbows away from his body, comes straight over the top, puts it in the far low corner for a nice goal from him. That's got to feel good to get him off the snide. I think I see there's a whole bunch of Moffitt contingent here.
Hanging around after Saturday.
After the battle of the Moffitts on Saturday.
Little Super Bowl celebration last night.
Yep.
I was glad to see that Matthew Stafford
that was pretty cool.
As a Detroit Lions lifer.
Yep. He put in the work, and
he deserves everything that he got last night for sure.
And that was a heck of a drive at the end of the game.
Sure. Well, I tweeted last night, I've seen him do that a bunch of times in 12 years in 1 p.m. regional games, and only the state of Michigan can see.
Exactly.
So it's good to see the world on the Super Bowl stage.
Or the Detroit Metro, the greater Detroit Metro area.
Yeah, even West Michigan gets the Bears. So, it's both a happy and sad time to be a Lions fan.
Hey, we had the big disagreement in the Dickinson household over the past 2 years. Like, don't you want to watch the Bucs game? I'm like, no. Well, why not? Brady's playing.
Not a Brady guy?
I'm a Patriots guy.
And another goal. Liam McGrath fought off a couple defenders, got onto the net.
Good individual play from McGrath. Nice to see him get on the scorecard. In the victory, in the goal celebration huddle there, Moffitt's talking his boys up, saying, keep going. This is what we need to do. This is Bear Lacrosse. This is exactly what the momentum that they need to build going into the next 2 games.
It was 8-7, and now the Bears have scored the last 4, and this is tied for their largest lead of the day. It was 7-2 at one point. Now the lead is 5 at 12. 7 under a minute to go, third quarter. Big battle right in the middle of the X.
We got a face-off battle.
Paulus and ended up in the stick of Connor Young of Florida Tech. So last chance here. They can hold on to it for the last 40 seconds of this third quarter if they choose.
And I only have one thing to say to Coach Compton. No, he was not laying on it.
Maybe that's why he got the unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, something like that. I'm sure there was another word that was in the...
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Cromp is the nicest guy off the field, but one of the fiercest competitors on it. Ball is loose behind the net. Stewart picks it up and then throws it away for a moment. 15 seconds to go before the end of the quarter.
This is actually a big possession. LR needs to stop it.
And Johnson does. Turns away the shots of Nate DePlanky.
Shoot it, Powell.
He does.
That's going to count if it
goes
us
in. To the end of the third quarter. About a 75-yard shot there by Victor Powell.
Wasn't off by much, but super kudos to the Florida Tech goalie to stay in the goal. I've seen a couple goals scored in college games where the horn's going off, the goalie bends over to pick up the ball, pick up his water bottle out of the thing, ball goes in the net. It's a goal. It's like basketball. If the ball's in the air, when the horn goes, if it goes in, it counts.
Bears trying to close out their second win in 3 days between the bricks. 1 quarter to go. 12-7 LR on the Bear Sports Network.
If you play hard, if you use your feet to chase fitness goals, if you stand all day at work, introducing True Energy infrared technology socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
One quarter to go. 5-goal lead for the Bears over Florida Tech. Trying to sweep this weekend with 2 home wins before the big one 6 days from now down in Savannah against Tampa.
Nice wing play by the Florida Tech shorty for coming from the near side. Did a great job of getting in there, getting a ground ball after kind of a stalemate there on the faceoff.
What's the travel plan to Savannah for you and the contingent?
77 south to 26.
I know the way.
26 to Orangeburg. Cut the corner. Don't go on 95.
Thank you for that interstate highway lesson.
Yes, and I'll give you the weather report here shortly.
Okay, great.
No, anyway, we are headed down on Saturday. I think the Bears, because it's an 11 a.m. game, the Bears will absolutely go down Saturday night. They'll get a little practice in on Saturday evening. And like I said, we're playing at the Memorial Stadium in Savannah, which is a super nice new facility, and should be a great game.
Two of the top.
The other big story on that is Tampa has a new coach. J.B. Clark, who used to be at Limestone, has taken over the Tampa program.
Knows LR well.
And knows LR very well. Just an absolute gentleman. And I've stood on a couple of sidelines with him watching some college games, and he's just an absolute super guy. He was the LR of the South Region representative.
And a save by Noah Johnson. Late shot clock there as the ball's in the corner. Ruger trying to run it down, and Powell's there as well.
That's out off of Black if it goes out of bounds. Oh, nice play by Florida Tech to save the possession. That's a great job by number 66.
Stewart, who has yet to score today. Leading scorer on the team for Florida Tech coming in, but makes a really good play there.
That's a great play.
So Panthers have held it for most of the first 2 minutes here of this fourth quarter, but need to have some urgency here on offense, down 5. Ball's on the ground. Stewart ends up with it.
Good job. Nice fake.
Here he gets, I think the ball got touched by Linklater there to take some mustard off that shot, and Johnson ended up with it.
Yeah, the ball or the stick, either one. And oh, by the way, Saturday night in Savannah, there will be some shrimp consumed.
I'm sure there will.
Of the fried variety.
Savannah is just a great big event town.
Yeah, I think it's got one of the largest St. Patrick's Day celebrations in the country. They used to dye the river green.
I was
literally
there. I was there in August when the Bananas won their CPL championship.
Oh, that must have been a lot of fun.
Bananas.
It was bananas. It probably was bananas.
It was definitely a celebration for sure.
Cool.
Canada.
And that's a really neat, if you ever have a chance to go to Savannah, that ballpark in Savannah is just
it's
really
super
cool old ballpark.
Cavernous, and definitely should be on any baseball fan's bucket list.
Should be. I grew up in Boston going to Fenway Park, and I went to Yankee Stadium, and I'm like, this isn't any fun. It's like, where's the weird angles and and all the
old
craziness?
Yankee Stadium you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Old Yankee Stadium. The upper deck was literally straight up.
Bryce Reese turns around and gets denied.
Yep, need to hustle, try to get that ball back. Great play. Let's scoop up the ground ball.
They're on the H of the end zone.
That's got to be...
And it's still loose. Reese trying to run it down near side. Can't get a stick on it, and Florida Tech can.
Yeah, he tried to do it one-handed. He tried to sort of goose it along. He needs to be a little bit more definitive with that action and actually just like run through that ball and take a blow if he does. If he runs through it and takes a blow, he's probably going to get a penalty.
Good run by the long stick Matthew Hill there, all the way down. From Exton, Pennsylvania, transferred to Florida Tech from Vermont. That's a well-established program up there.
And Vermont is going to be a player this year in the D1 America East Conference. They have a great team. They made a run into the NCAA for the first time last year, and they're a real program with a lot of great stuff happening for them.
This Florida Tech team's not ranked, but they have gone toe-to-toe with 2 ranked teams here in North Carolina this weekend. And Stewart finally on the board.
Yep.
Perfectly set up that time by DePlanke.
James Berger's a little upset with himself. He got lost in the wash and left number 66 open there for the shot. Great job by Florida Tech finding the open guy. Shot from 7 or 8 yards. That's a hard stop for even Noah Johnson to get his body or a stick behind.
Speaking of Georgia, Colin Stewart transferred to Florida Tech from Mercer.
Mm-hmm.
In Macon.
Yep. We played a scrimmage there in 2021, actually, last year. Actually, no, it was 2020. We played.
I think it was
2020 in the pouring rain.
As it tends to do in Georgia. So the possession won back off the face-off by Florida Tech.
Coming up on 10 minutes to go, the Bears are up by 4.
Old LR head football coach Drew Cronick is the head football coach at Mercer.
Yep.
Justin Williams, first half goal, taken quite a few shots in this game. A lot of time ticking off here for Florida Tech, still down 4.
McCracken on the ball.
Griffin Bowie with it.
Almost ran himself into a double team right there.
Stewart, who just scored his 7th goal of the season. Double team there. And a takedown, but a whistle.
Yep, he pinned the ball. He took his stick, and he pinned the ball against his chest.
So it's a turnover.
Yep. He pinned the ball on his chest.
My partner is so kindly explaining it to the Florida Tech
Yeah,
fans.
because that's a weird call, and no, you don't see that but a couple times a season. We've actually seen it twice in the game today. Last year, in 5 years of watching college lacrosse, I never seen this foul called. In the first 2 games, we saw it twice. We saw an illegal touching call.
I don't know how much time we have, so I'm not going to ask.
Well, what it was in both cases was the goalie, the ball was rolling. Oh, we got a flag down. The ball was rolling towards the open net. The goalie was on the ground in the crease, and he just reached out and grabbed the ball with his hand and closed his. If he bats it, that's fine, but he closed his hands on the ball. That's called illegal touching.
Tommy Aguilar, David Bell.
I'm not sure what the foul is because Florida Tech has 6, so it's not an offsides. It's not an offsides call. It must have been a hold or something like that.
Liam McGrath had a bit of an opening and didn't take it. Bell, David Bell on the LR baseball team hit a grand slam, by the way, this last weekend. Off the stick of Venazio and loose, and that is a shot clock violation on the Bears.
Yeah.
But the flag is still on the field.
We got the unnecessary roughness call. Just a garden variety unnecessary roughness, nothing full-time or anything, just 1 minute. Didn't see it, but it probably was some sort of blind side or from the back or something along those lines.
Connor Young, the one sent to the box for Florida Tech. Long stick midfielder from York, Pennsylvania, just a freshman.
Yep, and we have a different group of construction guys over there in Chartreuse and Orange watching the game.
Well, they take breaks in shifts, right?
There we go. Or those may be the supervisors.
There you go. That's the job you want. Stand around, watch everyone else do the work.
Or watch the lacrosse game.
Or watch either way. 7:45 to go in this one. Bears just holding on to it right now, taking their sweet
air
time
out of it a little bit.
Yep. Similar to what UIndy did a week ago at this juncture when the Bears were making their run. So now Moffitt will get the Bears into their offense. Voss, Venazio, Kanata, Eccleston, and Mowry. This is Aiden Mowry.
Love to see Aiden Mowry get one here. We just need to build some confidence with some freshmen.
Yep. Be good to get Voss and Mowry going before the Tampa game. Eccleston's not a good pass into Mowry.
That was a force.
Turnover.
That's exactly what they were trying to do, was get it to Aiden. He flashed to Moffitt, and then the ball moved around the side to Eccleston. Eccleston tried to do a touch pass and just pushed it almost like a shot low and outside. But good job by the Florida Tech defense.
Clock runs under 7. Brennan Banks gets the ball taken.
Great
by
job
Venazio
by
and
Venazio.
Voss. Surrounded him and caught it clean out of the air.
Yep. Nice ride by the Bears. This is one of the things that the Bears do extremely well. They ride really hard when they have an unforced error. So we had an unforced error not on the other end, but a successful ride and a fail clear by Florida Tech kind of cancels each other out. So effort. Mental error on the one end is corrected by a hustle play on the other end. So Coach P loves to see that.
Coach P in his 12th season. The only coach that Lenoir-Rhyne Lacrosse has ever seen. Voss.
Get underneath. Oh,
does get underneath, but denied.
Yeah, he's going to be in the crease. Yep, he's going to be in the crease. He landed in the ice cream cone, which is that inside semicircle above the goal line. That's absolutely the correct call. Even if the ball had gone in the goal, it would not have counted because he landed in the semicircle.
So still
great job. Come on, let's pick up a ground ball.
Nate Ashley with the cause turnover there, and Venazio battles on the line. And they give it to Lenoir-Rhyne, much to the disappointment of the Florida Tech fans.
Yeah, I tend to agree with the Florida Tech fans on that one. It looked like Venazio touched the ball when it was on the line.
So a fresh 80 seconds for the Bears, who can really take some time off here. So we creep under 5.5 to go. Will Kanata with it. Miles Moffitt, a couple of goals today, but hasn't quite gotten into his offensive groove yet here in 22. Just a matter of time.
Yep.
Joe Venazio, a couple of timely goals today. Eccleston's had the big day. Reese has the first one.
Nice save by the keeper. Reese now needs to hustle back and play defense.
And he
does. He has an opportunity. Yep. Good job by Reese. Great job by Bryce Reese creating a turnover. Again, that's an example of not the best shot taken. An attack on an offensive player goes back and plays defense, getting the ball back. Great job by Bryce Reese. And that's really what it takes to win games. I think this is like almost Florida Tech's been playing defense for like 2.5 minutes. That's got to be really tough.
Especially when they know they need to have the urgency to get some chances on the other end. But Bears, as you said, taking the air out of the ball. 45 seconds left on the shot clock with David Bell. Voss behind the net. Screen from Moffitt.
That's got to be a flag.
Blows up the screen, and there it is.
That is absolutely flagged. That is probably going to be a full-time penalty for hitting a defenseless player. And it was also a cross-check.
Cole Marini with the penalty there. And 20 seconds for Voss, who gets in and misses high. That was a good chance, maybe his best of the day so far. But the Bears will go man up here after that penalty.
That's a college foul, not a high school foul. In high school, that's going to be at least 2 minutes full time. But we just got one for unnecessary roughness. .325 left. Bears up by 4.
And going a man up now as into the box goes the Panther, and Miles Moffitt at the top of the circle, just letting the clock tick away.
I think Coach P would like to see them probably take 30 seconds off the clock and then run some man-up offense.
It's an area that LR has struggled today.
Now they're into it.
Kanata, Moffitt swings it around for Eccleston. So it's quick ball movement here now. And Eccleston, top shelf, right in the corner of the net, has number 5 today.
That was a great shot. The Florida Tech goalie guessed a little bit on that one. He was looking to go. He went as if the ball was going to the near post. It went in the far top corner. But again, there's what we were talking about a little bit earlier. He made a bunch of saves on low shots. Torrin dropped his stick and then went high in the opposite corner. That's a great shot. Well done. Bears up by 5.
There was the replay presented by Spangler Restoration. This is the biggest the lead has been all day. It's been 5 at 3 different junctures now, including at this point. And
White
another, or it is a face-off violation there on Florida Tech. And now Linklater full head of steam. Florida Tech desperately needed that face-off and didn't get it. I think it's, assuming that the Bears in these last 2.5 minutes can hold on to this lead. These last 2 wins, I mean, you always want to win, and you feel good about winning, but I think that the Bears, especially the coaches talking to them, they feel like they've kind of left a lot out there in these first 3.
Yep, I would
definitely have not
agree
played
with
their best game. And not able to run that one down is Liam McGrath, so back to the Panthers.
See, that's the Bears have gotten a little bit sloppy. This is not I understand what Coach P was a 5-goal lead. They're trying to slow it down, take the air out of it a little bit, salt away the wind. But in lacrosse, you get a guy who play make and take lacrosse, you can cut into a 5-goal lead pretty quick.
Right.
That's not typically been the Bears' style to hold the ball.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I'm sure it's an
always
early
on the
thing.
attack.
Yep.
Stewart, leading scorer coming in, has 1 goal today. Stopped off the stick of Johnson there. Been a pretty good day for Noah. And that ball is loose into the Bear offensive zone. And Venazio as it's over and back on Florida Tech. So just 1:24, fresh 80 for the Bears, so they can take this almost all the way down.
Yep, Florida Tech's going to come out and press. Goalie's out of the cage. They're trying to create a turnover here. That's almost a ward there on McCracken. Yeah, we got timeout from the white bench. He had a defensive player down in the corner with the ball. Good idea to get a timeout, get it in the hands and in the stick of an offensive player. I think that's a strategic and good timeout.
1:04 to go. So let's look ahead a little bit to Sunday. Obviously, Tampa, number 3 in the country, they return a lot from that team that lost here in Hickory in the tournament last year. What kind of game are you expecting on Sunday?
It's gonna be a battle of two. It's gonna be two heavyweights standing toe to toe throwing haymakers.
Yeah.
I looked at the stat line from the Tampa game against Florida Southern, and one thing jumped off the page at me. Florida Southern had 32 shots on one of their goalies. He made 29 saves.
My goodness.
And even if the ball is being shot right at his stick or right at his stomach, he still made 29 saves.
Yeah.
So their goalie's playing incredibly well. They lost Ross Dickerson, their faceoff guy, who he and Zach Badeau battled in the national quarterfinal last year. But so we don't know how the faceoff game's going to turn out. But it's going to be, the Bears need to have a great week of practice, not just a good week of practice, a great week of practice, and go play hard. It's going to be, the nice thing is it's going to be 2 teams playing up-tempo fast lacrosse. So it's going to be up and down, that sort of stuff, and it's going to be a very entertaining game to watch. Hope everybody can make it down there.
There are some potential plans in the works about us getting there to broadcast it, so we'll see.
Nice job by the Florida Tech to turn the ball over. 55 seconds left.
Panthers need one basically right now. Stewart's got it. Gives it off to his teammate Sidari. Sidari fires, and Johnson snags it and then throws it ahead. Shot clock can, for all intents and purposes,
Dylan
off.
State just needs, yep, there we go. Good job by Dylan State.
And Reese will be surrounded, but he is, if there's anyone that the Bears want in this position, but he stepped out of bounds back to Florida Tech.
That's actually a mental mistake by Bryce that Coach P is going to bring up in practice. He ran himself into a triple team.
And now Florida Tech the other way, under 10 to go. Bears end up with possession, Ball's thrown ahead, and that will put the finishing touches on a 5-goal win today. Wasn't super pretty at times, but the Bears win both games in this weekend between the Bricks. Today, 13-8 over Florida Tech.
Yeah, it was very similar to the North Greenville game. It was a very workmanlike win. Nothing flashy, nothing spectacular. Just get it done, get a win, move on, learn. As the Tom Brady saying, you either win or you learn. I think the Bears did a little of both this weekend. They won, which is great, but they also learned, and they're looking forward to moving on to 2 big tests coming up this weekend against, as we've been saying, Tampa and Savannah, and then actually a super important game the following weekend when the Bears travel down 321 to Belmont, play Belmont Abbey.
Team that Florida Tech just beat. But Florida Tech, got to think that a split in the way that they played today is a pretty successful trip to the Tar Heel State for them, as we take a look at our final stats today, presented by East Coast Wings and Grill. Ground balls a wash. Bears win just 2 more face-offs. Cause turnovers the wash. So on the stat sheet, this game seems closer than a 5-goal game, but the Bears were just able to possess it a lot in that fourth quarter.
I bet if you look at the successful clears stat, the Bears were pretty close to perfect, and they
were 18 for 20.
And Tampa and Florida Tech turned the ball over 5 times on clear. So there's your 5 goals.
And the turnovers were a wash as well, 18 apiece. So you said it. There's your 5 goals, 6 penalties apiece. So just about as even as it gets. But the Bears ahead in the category that matters most on the scoreboard.
Absolutely.
And they win this one,
good deal,
13-8. For Jamie Dickinson, the rest of our Bears Sports Network crew, braving the conditions on this Valentine's afternoon. Eric Bach saying so long from Moretz Stadium. Bears take 2 this weekend, including today, 13-8 over Florida Tech.
Go Bears.